Okay, this is episode 12 of the 248k run, and I'm handcrafting train stations because it's time to do rail grid things. Kind of. Last time we got bots running, we got a bunch of bots now. The bots themselves are like not getting built at the moment due to bad design reasons that we'll talk about in a bit. Occasionally we get some gold through and we build some more electric engines. That's fine. Last time we got the bots going and then had the bots pull down the rest of the smelting here, which we weren't using. And then we kind of wandered out this way to clear out the various nests that were giving us trouble, kind of out to here, and then kept going to see what was out there. Haven't found any water, continuing shame. Have found some uranium, which is nice. These guys are going to expand on us, but not particularly fast because that's kind of turned down. But whatever. And yeah, so that's all done. The problem we are going to have though is very similar to last time. The power grid is kind of on the edge. That's going to be the first thing we go and expand with the bots, which is what we're going to do now. Also kind of ticked through some kind of inconsequential ticks that I don't really care about, but they'll be useful at some point while we were offline. So let's get the night vision equipment. That's going to be a good thing that's going to be able to see. Oh yeah, saw, poking around in the various texts, saw this thing, which we're definitely going to do, because this gives me a new recipe for ceramic, which is also going to be one of the next things to look at. So it's 3 crushed stone into 2 ceramic, and then the crushing that we also unlocked on the way to bots gives me coal stone. So 2 stone will give me 4 crushed stone, which with this new recipe will give me 2 and a little bit ceramic. So this, I think the ceramic, the current recipe is, yeah, the current recipe that, yeah, there's the 4-to-1 recipe, which is really bad, which I think I used only as little as I could get away with. Then a 2-to-1 recipe, and we're going to go to a 1-to-1 recipe, which is cool because we're kind of short on stone. I think this is going to be like the second or third thing to look at, because this ceramic setup uses a belt of stone. This wall, this stone bricks for wall uses a belt of stone. This ceramics uses a belt of stone. Going into the composite stuff, this uses, I think, 2 belts of, no, this bit here uses 2 belts of stone. This thing here uses a belt of stone if everything is running. This is kind of the reason why the bots aren't getting produced at speed at the moment, but it's fine. And yeah, that adds up to something like 6 belts of stone, which is kind of more than we have, and if everything wasn't backed up, that would be more of a problem. But as it is, it's kind of fine. I think that was this thing finishing. Yeah, five red circuits, which I've got just over here. So handcraft one of those guys, and yeah, so we're gonna do some power grid things. I wanted to get, where did I automate them? I automated them over here. Yeah, give me a couple of these things. And then these beacons at some point we're also going to have to figure out what they do, because they're a beacon that says they channel module effects, except I haven't figured out what they do, and if I put one down it says something about channel 0 and then I can't actually open it, so that I'm going to have to think about later. I have done this night vision thing, cool. Get rid of those, won't need those for a while. Get the night vision in there we go. Okay, because the thing I wanted to check was these burner generators. I don't think they need a water supply. I think I can just get one of these things and throw it in here. And yeah, not only does it work without a water supply, which is fantastic, it looks like it's fully utilized, which means it's taking priority over the steam boilers and steam engines, which is pretty great. So this we can give it all the, oh, there's more of these. Wait, mysterious energy crystals? I don't think I realized they were a fuel source, so that actually might let me solve kind of several of my problems at the same go, but also creating more problems. We definitely want to redo our power grid, because yeah, the other thing about these things, where can I, not really over here, could I put them down here? Kind of, I could put a couple over here. Is that gonna fit? If I do that, and then I do this kind of garbage, I put one of those there, which bots can get. Yeah, so this kind of blockage of crystals that's making everything kind of slow. Yeah, currently I'm not getting all the ceramic out because the aluminum isn't running, because these guys are dealing with, yeah, things we'll deal with later. But the other important thing is, this thing is 20 pollution a minute. and generates 2.4 megawatts, which is, if we compare that to these boilers are, so they do half as much again as the boilers for 2/3 of the pollution. So upgrading everything to these will actually substantially improve the pollution efficiency of the factory, which is a thing that I like. And we'll put some more of them over here. We'll just use all of these crystals. I am not concerned about running down these crystals because I've got another place making them elsewhere anyway. Okay, we're going to do this. Yay for having bots. This one here is going to need to power this one. Then we can also have... yeah, whatever. Bots will get that done. We'll get some things. And then, yeah, so rail grid time. Let's drive a little bit away from the rail grid. Because otherwise the bots will start building it immediately, and there's actually a couple of things I need to change about it first. I'd been playing around with this idea for a while, and one of the things you think about when you're doing rail grids is not to make it too small, because you need to get everything built. So I built the smallest rail grid I thought I could possibly get away with, and there are a number of problems with this, which we're going to kind of work through, maybe. This has also got an absolute scaling mod at the moment, which I lined up with to be either side of this water, because this is the most constrained resource I have at the moment. Like, I don't have any other water on the map, and I need to put water for a lot of things. So basing the rail grid around the thing that I can't move, that is essential, seemed like the good play. And then on the, vertically, this thing is arranged to exactly match these two rail lines at the top of the ribbon, and then realized for various reasons that's not actually the thing that I want to do. I want to give this, let's add like 6 to this. Is that? Yeah, that should give us the space of things I want to be able to do with stuff. Yeah, let's put it there for the moment, because there's some other things to change before... Actually, can I get bots building some of this? I think I can get bots building some of this while we talk about why this is bad and will make everything worse, but it's fine. So this is now the grid we're going to just make fit everywhere, and then reorganize the rest of the base around this grid eventually. Bots... yeah, this roboport is going to connect to here, and then all of these things are going to tile out. As long as some of these guys get power, and it looks like they're going to connect to power here, which is fine, bots will be able to build this entire grid. Okay, so let's talk about this rail grid that I have inflicted upon myself. First of all, it's way too small. Like, this, especially if we take, like, the roboports on the other corners here, and we think about unloading trains, and, like, maybe even tanks, the buildable space I've got for each of these cells, actually not very big. So that's going to be the first problem to work around. The second problem to work around is that there's also no... yeah, there's kind of spoilers putting stations on the grid. There's nowhere to put a train station here, other than straight up in the middle of the grid, like so. Which means that I'm going to have trains blocking the grid, which is also kind of bad. But yeah, and then additionally, there's just like a whole number of problems with trying to build a rail grid this small. The trains can actually only turn one way out of here, so that's also going to be a thing that we just have to work around. Some nice things about this grid is that these power poles are lined up so that a bunch of inserters like this will actually be, if I have a train station right in front of this chain signal, then I have space for one wagon here, and then one locomotive here, and then 4 wagons, all of which get excellent access. And then all of these things are not only evenly spaced, which is kind of nice, but also are in the right spot to let me put any pumps or inserters I want. And this thing is, of course, it's fully rotationally symmetric, which is one of the other things that I liked, even though so many other things were bad. So let's get rid of this. We'll go through the back in a bit anyway, because the thing I wanted to do is, yeah, down the bottom of the section, and also up the top of the ribbon, these bits here, are not going to be relevant. But also I think we're not going to need the roboports. I finished the tech, okay. Let's go and choose some more tech. Everything's taking a bit long. Let's get some basic things that we're definitely going to need. Let's get landmines, because I was going to have landmines be a thing. Oh, that was the other thing I noticed, isn't it? Yeah, advanced material processing is right here. Purple science is right here. This is going to be the next thing we build to anyway. Titanium, I think we get from the same rich waterway we get gold, so that's kind of an established thing. These furnaces, mostly normal except for fiberglass. We'll worry about that later. But that at least gets us some. Do I want? Let's get braking force as well, because we're thinking about doing train stuff. Yeah, that'll be fine. Yeah, redoing these intersections, because I don't think I need the roboports in the corner of the map. These roboports here will cover probably at least most things I need. But the other thing is I definitely want to be able to turn the other way. Where's yeah? Do that for me so I can copy. So I can copy this thing somewhere else. Yeah, definitely want to be able to turn this way, both ways on the edge of the ribbon. Otherwise, it's just going to be too much of a disaster. Except if I do this, then I can no longer have stations on this this spot. So I think what we want to do is, yeah, get rid of actually all of that, and kind of do this other section again, kind of. Oh, you're already starting to build these things. That's a bit of a shame. Are you? Hopefully this roboport is, yeah, so this roboport isn't going to get built, so that's nice, because we don't actually want that being built yet. Where did this start? How far do I need to take this to get, yeah, these are the bits that I just took away, and then we're putting them back. So here's, yeah, this is the one that's going to go, like, this would nominally be where it crosses over, and then I've got another one like this here. Except we kind of also need to reorganize that, so this one is... I gave it another 6 tiles, didn't I? This... When I tweaked the absolute scaling of these guys, I gave it another 6 tiles. Do I want to keep... Let's just have... Yeah, I mean, we're still doing this, right? We'll just keep going out there, because we eventually want to get this coal. And yeah, we're just going to tidy this section up first. Yeah, so then we want to get... We want to line... Actually, these things up here, isn't it? Is this what I want to be doing? And then all of these things disappear. And then... This intersection, of which is still going to have too many things in it, and it's also got a roboport. We want to line up there. Yeah, so the roboport didn't arrive, which is nice. These signals also want to disappear. Yeah, we got a lot of trees in the way. I think we're going to get rid of these just to be able to see what we're doing with this kind of disastrous plan. But all of this thing, these straight through bits want to get out of the way of this rail network, which is... I mean, do I want these poles? I certainly want the ones to here and here, because they're part of... Actually, they're part of this other thing, aren't they? But I want this one here as well. And then this also means that this bit here needs to be signaled differently. So this is going to be rail here, isn't it? And then also... Is this thing... Well, these are not actually going to... Yeah, these signals are going to be pointless, because they're not actually going to... I still don't have enough space in here to properly separate all of the rest of these intersections. So I think we're just going... Where's this? This is going to be chain here. Yes, and then rail here. And then you're out by the time that you're... Like, this chain signal here will... Actually, this one I can do. This one I can go here, and that will actually properly separate the chain. And then that was this one here. Instead of here, I can go here and here. Is that... Yeah, and then this one, can I get in... No, that one's still in the way. Oh, well, whatever. Yes, that one's going to be there, and then we're going to have a chain signal. There's no other space for that there. I've actually already got a chain signal in. I've got these guys hidden behind the tree. Yeah, you're going to have to move back so that you're... So I think this here is the intersection we want. That also wants to be... here? Maybe? And then... Let's check whether this thing actually now... tiles to the top of the map, because there, yeah, that I think that's what we want, isn't it? If I slap that down, then yeah, then we've got all of this line in the way that we're gonna have to redo. But actually, I mean, this is not gonna be too bad. I mean, okay, so these tanks are gonna be like whatever, but I'm gonna get a new power line out here anyway. Kind of got an, yeah. Yeah, I think that's going to be fine. Kind of. So then, yeah, let's get rid of all of this, because I think that was what I wanted. Yeah, and then... Does this still actually tile? Yes, but actually, if we get rid of all of these... Are you guys done? Some of you guys are done. Some of you guys can get out of the way, and that will mean that I can have more rail here, which is nice. And then, yeah, we're going to have to rail transport the stone as well, but that's also kind of still a thing. And then this bottom section here is the one that I want to do with this thing that I actually no longer have radar coverage on, and some of it's actually outside of Roboport range. Sure. Actually, is that a thing that... Can I have... Oh, I didn't bring any of them with me. I'm pretty sure I've automated these poles. So I have one of these here. Does this actually connect to... It does not. Can I have one of these? Okay, because if I can have... I also missed some of the signals from this side. So that's cool. Chain in there. This one wants a rail signal like here. This one's out, this one's out. This one is... Yeah, I think that's what I want. Because if I have... Also, if I have... Yeah, we're going to have to go up to that side of the map, so I can actually see what I'm doing there. And this is going to be... You know, there's even more power poles and pipes to drive through there. But we managed to not hit anything, which is nice. Then hit one on the return journey. Cool. This... Did I actually have... No, because I copied it from the other... Oh no, there is a rail signal on the right-hand side there. Okay. Is that in... And it is in the same place. Okay, nice. Yeah, because if I have just this thing... there it's going to be... Then the question is, where can I have one of these in the middle that... Is that exactly halfway between? Let's grab this and see if this... No. But also it was because... It's because I've got rail in the middle of it as well. Are they the same? They're not actually the same distance, are they? No, they are the same distance. Yeah, okay, so... this thing here is going to be the top of our rail base, and then also the bottom of the rail base. And things I wanted, including preserving this kind of two-rail section along the top, and then also having big power poles so that if I need to, I can grid up the middle and then have these kind of long infrastructure lines heading further out to the sides of the map. But that's all a thing we need to worry about somewhat later. The first thing I wanted to do was to get down here, and we are actually going to need the bottom section as well, aren't we? Yeah, this is also why I automated so many roboports and so many rails, because yeah, one of the disadvantages of this plan, in addition to, you know, the signals being a single blocking everything intersection that can't be signaled anymore specifically is I'm spending a lot of rail, a lot of Roboport steel, and just a lot of things like this on having just too much infrastructure, but oh well. And then also, oh yeah, I needed to actually copy, I guess, this much of it to finish off the grid down this side in a way that's pretty bad. Is it going to go there? Yeah, more or less. And then, is this a complete... This is a complete middle section with no other power poles or pipes or anything like that in between. So that's going to go there. I think I'm going to tidy up some of these blueprints in between now that we've figured out where things are going to be going. But this is also not actually a complete blueprint because this needs to go here. And then we've still got, yeah, some of this kind of stuff that needs to be... that needs poles on the other sides and stuff like that. Let's grab... Even that's not a full section. Okay, so this one here. Yeah, this is one of the things that... I mean, I don't not even having running trains on this yet, but yeah, this is one of the things that is going to be worth oh, I don't even have build range on all these things. That's the thing we'll worry about later as well. One of the things that's going to be worth setting up earlier rather than later, because this is the first part of the base. That actually lines up really well. This is the first part of the base that is going to exist forever in some sense. Like, yeah, where this stuff we're building now, not actually planning on tearing that down ever. How is the power grid with all the bots doing all the things? It's still stable, okay. Surprising. Sure. Let's build more power grid. I think for reasons... Yeah, let's... Wait, I didn't even think about what stuff I've got on me. But I do have enough of this stuff. Okay, so now we've got bots, and we've mauled all this stuff. We can do this kind of Roboport thing, where we do, you know, bot mining. Or at least, okay, not bot mining in the megabase sense, but we can have nice little plans of... not that, where's the... Yeah, this blueprinty stuff. Which now we can have bots tile this nicely. I think I want the power plant over here, and I want at least one of these sections free for reasons we'll get to later. So I think I just grab this thing, and this will eventually be well inside bot range because all these Roboports are going to do things. So that's nice. So we'll just get this thing I put on the hotbar, and how many of these do I want? I think. Can I line this up with... Oh, wow. Not quite. They're not... Yeah, these power poles are 6 apart, so we can get 6 things off a wagon, except that this blueprint is 7 wide, so I don't know if I super care about that at the moment. But we'll get this much stuff to start? Sure. And this also means it's going to connect over here once bots build all of that. And I think I want 2 lines here, but I don't know where. I definitely want to run it over here. Yeah, so let's at least do that, I guess. Yeah, so not all of these things are going to be stations. That's one of the other consequences of building this thing like this. Is that I'm going to have a number of grid squares that just won't be able to be rail stations, because otherwise everything will get congested and terrible. And that actually fits better than I realized. Never mind. Let's have another one of these guys over here to make sure it's connected on multiple sides. How many miners is that? 68, which with mining productivity means that I am going to get more stuff than that. I also don't need... Yeah, I don't actually think I need all of these things to start with, so I can probably just do this again. That didn't get any power poles, so these guys aren't going to have power. But this will mean that, you know, things I can tear down later, because these guys, and then just put that back. That's fine. So bots are coming in to build everything now. yeah, grid is a bit unhappy because we haven't actually built the rest of the power grid. We're up to about 800 bots, which is nice. And then you want to wander all the way across here. Is that the right way? Yeah, it's the right way. Okay. Give me the car back. Actually, I can help the bots a bit because I've got this stuff. Okay. Then we want this similar kind of underground setup over here. I think. Don't actually know what we're doing over here yet, because the other thing is, I gave away, that's a real shame, I gave away all of the things, these power plants, without actually keeping any, so I could look at things like, I can still look at this, okay. 2.5 megawatts each. I'm trying to figure out how many of these things will use a full belt of coal, but also the thing I think I'm doing is, yeah, let's do, yeah, so this will work. If I do this, because the other thing I'm eventually going to want, that's going to want to be in there, is if I do this, then I can have another belt of stuff coming through somewhere here. And the rest of this plan is here I will call a train with light oil and make solid fuel on it that will top this up after this coal runs out, or even just down. So then I need a bunch of these dudes. Let's use these big poles because they'll cover both of these sides, and then this thing here is going to be our basic fuel generation unit. How many of these things can I fit in? Where is a good place for these things to fit? Here? 5, 6. 12 is a nice number, isn't it? And all those guys, all the power poles are going to end up connected to other things. This is probably going to be significantly more than... Can I get another one down here? Do I want that many down here? Oh, it's because these cells are tall cells. Not yet. Maybe later. We'll have another one that we can use later. But if I move this all up by 1, then... Actually, it still doesn't... Yeah, whatever. Yeah, so we'll do this. These guys are all... Yeah, everything is going to connect nicely once the bots actually get around to building things. And I have just enough space here to get everything built in a way that's kind of nice. And yeah, this is... How many have I built of these things now? I've allocated 96. That's significant. Yeah, so each belt of coal is going to be 60 megawatts, because it's 15 items a second, and then coal is 4 megajoules of power. Yeah. So these two belts of coal will be 120 megawatts, which is a bit of a boost from what I'm doing at the moment. These things will also take priority, which will be nice. They're significantly more pollution efficient, which is cool, but also these things being, what, 2.53 megawatts into 60 is, so 40 of these will consume a full belt of coal and give me 95% power efficiency. So this is more than 2 belts of coal, but that's fine, because as long as my base is using less than 120 megawatts, it would just be these 2 full belts of coal. Once I go over 120 megawatts, oh yeah, this wants to be input priority left, and this one wants to be input priority right. So the coal will just go in and be fine. And then when I get around to putting the solid fuel on this belt, each of these 4 belts, once these 2 coal supplies are fully running, each of these 4 belts will only be half full, which means there'll be space for solid fuel. So we'll go and get that done as well. I can help this stuff, can't I? So I've actually got these things on me, and it will be a thing that until I get all the inserters out. Are you actually not... I don't know what the deal was with that. Anyway, so that should be the power grid problem largely addressed. And yeah, other quirks with this being, we've now moved a large... Oh, we need a radar out here as well. But we've moved a large source of pollution out here into the side that isn't scanned yet, so there are probably bases here, and also isn't especially well defended. So that might be a thing to worry about later as well. I may or may not worry about it later. I might just drop a radar here and try and keep an eye on it. Which is also... I know, I do have a radar here. Okay, so this isn't... This radar... This radar... Where did I put it? Back here. This radar isn't going to scan any new tiles, but... the expanding pollution cloud quite possibly will introduce more biters to the map. Okay, so that is the first of, actually kind of the first two important things to do. We've got a rail base going, we've now got a bunch more power grid than I need. Actually, next things to do are probably going to be to take this thing. I want all of this, but yeah, I'm still not building the bottom rail link. I don't think I care yet, I don't even have trains on it. And kind of tile this backed base. Yeah, a lot of this stuff is going to be a bit of an issue. But all these roboports are going to go in, which is nice. And then see where this intersects the lake. Because the next thing I wanted to do, having got rid of some of that power grid, or at least made all this redundant, because none of these guys are running anymore, because all of the power grid is being taken up by these things which are not fully built yet. But it's probably fine. I mean, yeah, sure, whatever. We can get rid of these steam engines. They weren't running anyway. Where are they? Over here. Yeah, so get rid of all of those. Actually, get rid of this coal belt as well. I should have a recycling box for the coal by the plastic, which I probably should still be using. So that's going to do all of that. Get rid of this one as well, because I do kind of want to build this rail base through here. Are these guys going to connect power on this side? Now they will. So I'm going to have several power connections into this part of the base. Yeah, need to do roboport things at the bottom. Then I guess the other thing to do is put this thing in here. Stay in the car because you want to drive it away. There we go, like that. Yeah, a variety of things need to be supplied by rail now, and all of that stuff needs to be tidied up. But the other thing was going to be tile this top section of the base back as well. Realizing that there are a bunch of pipes in the way. And this isn't actually a tiling blueprint yet on the top half. But I wanted to figure out if I could get all of... Actually, I don't need to tile. I don't need to try and tile the rest of these roboports through the rest of the base. The bit I care about, for the moment, is this section here. Bots can go and get building this thing. And most of this is already in place, and this will also just get all the signals in the right place. This is... yeah, sure. Rail basing stuff. And it actually turns out to not be in the way of anything, which is kind of surprising. Sure. This is going to give the bots a lot of jobs. Bots having jobs is good. It's good for the bots to have employment schemes. Yeah, so... need a bit of landfill to tidy that up. Also wanted to get rid of... yeah, get rid of... oh, these guys are actually running. That's a little bit of a shame. Are these guys not fully built yet? These guys are in fact not fully built yet. And I guess the thing is, yeah, yeah, need to build more of those. Whatever. We'll get around to that later. Yeah, the next thing being the next part of this to build, I reckon, is going to be ceramics. Partly because I've just got a new ceramics recipe. Oh wait, there's a new crushers thing as well, isn't there? There's some new recipe. Water turbine. Crushing factory. Concrete mysterious energy crystals. Composite. Yeah, so this is the thing that I need to get to figure out how we're going to make a lot more. I'm down to running down the green science. This is kind of nice. Do you have all the inputs you need? Yeah, this is just at the rate of running at the rate of however fast green science does stuff fine. Okay, I guess that's not the best way to do this, is it? I've got these things over here. Yeah, give me a bunch of these. How many 10 and 60. I do not need nearly that many crystals, as it turns out. Have half of those. Yeah, I need a lot more concrete than I need crystals. And then everything else is... Everything else is kind of stuff that's in the mall. If I go and pick up the concrete that's just in this other section of the base, sure, whatever. Yeah, because then we can... Yeah, give me all of this. Because then we can go and drop this in... They needed engines as well, didn't they? So we might have to build this where I was previously building locomotives, because that's the place that actually has engines happening. I guess I could redo this one as well, but I'd rather not. Yeah, this one here. Let's have a box there. You do that. You can pivot to... I think I just put a bunch of things on the ground. And yeah, you can have that. Have everything for my inventory. Yeah, a bit of stuff fell on the ground. It's fine. Then this box is the one that wants the concrete and these crystals. And then we just limit this thing and make these boxes. And now we should be getting crushing machines. Oh no, wait, because we're not getting... Yeah, I need to be making more of this stuff. Okay, sure. Give me a bit to start with, because I at least want to find out how many of these things need. 20? Okay, so I just got exactly the wrong number. Sure. Because if I can get one of these things down, I might be happier that... Actually, no, because I still need to... Yeah, I still just need to fully automate these things, don't I? I just need more of these things. But anyway, give me this thing, because we had to go figure a bunch of stuff out. Wait, what recipe was... The ceramic is not... Here? Is the ceramic over... Where is the... Where is the upgraded ceramics recipe? I did get the upgraded ceramics tick, didn't I? Oh, this one. In an assembling machine too. Okay, fine. So we've got all the things we need, other than some landfill, to go and figure out how to make that kind of work. And the bots, for the moment, I'm nearly up to 1,000 bots. That's actually pretty nice. Yeah, landfill is also... Actually, landfill is in several places, isn't it? I'm actually putting the landfill in a box. Coal recycling is doing what it needs to. Landfill is in a normal box. It's not in a... Oh, wait, I've got more landfill by the copper thing, don't I? Yeah, okay. So we're going to have to be fairly careful about how we use the water. And by that I mean the water of the lake, rather than this dirty water landfill stuff, which is just fine. Give me all this stuff. Yeah. Am I... So enough of these things have now been built that I'm now pretty happy having bots tear down the rest of this as well. Yeah, none of these things are being used, which is nice. Because that means that... Okay, so I'm going to get a bunch of solid fuel in buffers somewhere, but whatever. That's one that wants to stay. All of this wants to go. Bots can just put those things wherever. Because this means that I can continue the rail grid here, and then figure out where everything else wants to be with respect to that. So, yeah, the bottom of these rail grids are still not getting built, but I've at least got full sections here that I can just go, like, keep going in this direction. Then, yeah, I think I'm going to do the ceramic thing down here, because the ceramics, basically for the same reason that all of this stuff is kind of together, that the... Wait, if I... Yeah, that all of the ceramic stuff needs the aluminium, but then also gives me waste iron and copper, and then I also need steam to be a constant material source. I'm going to need fuel here as well. I am going to need more boilers from somewhere, okay. Yes, and then I also need to produce this dirty water, which I figure I do here next to these things. So basically, a larger version of this to get out a lot more ceramic composites, which I already need, to get out a lot more ceramic, because the ceramic also goes into the red circuits, which are going to be probably the next plan. And red circuits for purple science, red circuits for more blue science, because I don't even think that blue science is getting made at the same rate as red or green, even if I had all the inputs. So that's why I think we're going to do ceramics down here, or at least somewhere around here. I don't really have... Oh, that's the thing I can do now. I can actually get rid of... Oh, did you guys need... You guys actually needed that steam. Because without that, you're not making ceramics, which means all of this backs up. But I think I still just deal with that later. Like, what was... Yeah, this was the steam and the water, which we'll get around to in a bit. But you've got another power connection over there. You guys have got power connections up here. So yeah, so we can get rid of all of this stuff, including those guns. And then this awful rail grid, with its nice tiling, still just fits in here. So let's not go into the trees too much yet, but that's also going to be, yeah, me trying to figure out where all of this stuff can fit together and how that can go. Okay, sure. Yeah, because I need... I mean, the petrochem is also just here. Rather than rebuilding this petrochem, I could just use this as permanent petrochem. That's a strange idea. Okay, let's figure out how this crushing stuff will work. We want crushed stone, and then we want improved ceramics. Ceramics from crushed stone, and this also takes steam. Yeah, but the thing one of the things I'm looking at is, do I do a direct insertion thing? Do I put these things on belts? This needs actually quite a lot of steam. 3 crushed stone per second. What are you guys complaining about not having? Poles. These guys are in the wrong place. All of those are in the wrong place, and I never noticed before because... Yeah, these circuits need to go... These things need to be back up here. So the station is in the same place, and the station is before the trains can turn. So that's a thing that I will just go around and sort out later. Yeah, how much stuff are you making? You're making 1 crushed stone in 1 second, basically, and your building speed is 1. So this is basically 1 per second, and this needs 3 crushed stone per second, but it's going to be slower because of building speed. But I think that's going to be close enough that I could probably just do a 2 to 1. Crushed stone. Yeah, if I do this as a 2 to 1 thing, and I also don't have stone arriving via any train yet, but I think I want to sort... Yeah, I want to sort this out first. I guess these things here also don't need to be here, do they? Because we're not actually going through the lake. We are attempting to conserve the lake whenever we can. Oh well. Still mostly fine. Yeah. 3 crushed stone per second and a bit. 1 crushed stone per second. It might actually be closer to 3. Maybe I actually want to put this on belts. 1 per second. Yeah, whatever. We'll do this. Okay. So you guys aren't going to need particular fancy inserters at all. We'll do that. Then I guess I've got a belt of... Which way am I even taking in? Okay, I should at least set up some kind of... Yeah, stone. Is this... Do I even want it here? I don't think I want it here. I think I want it, like, over a bit. Because this looks like these two cells here look like it's going to be a good place to get a lot of water. So I think I want to actually have this all the way over here. And then we just figure out, yeah, this... Yeah. And so these, yeah, these actually do what I say, which is nice. All these stack inserters here line up with all of these boxes, after which we're probably only going to need fast inserters, because I'm not really planning on taking too many chests of stuff out of this. Yeah, so that's going to be where we're getting a lot of stone in. All these probably going to have to disappear. Okay, let's get all of this over here, and we'll build the rest of this before we're figuring out how things work. So we're going to have stone in somewhere. Looks like we're going to have... But then how am I getting this out? If I'm doing... Let's not do that at all. Let's rotate this guy. And then I can have this thing here onto a belt. Yeah, because if I have several of these, and the bots are just going to start turning up to build all this stuff, which is going to be fine. Yeah, that can not go there, but go here. Then we can do that, which are these guys both covered. And then we can do this, which is going to tile kind of nicely, I reckon. And then, yeah, so now I can have... I guess the subsequent question is, how many of these things do I need on a belt of stone? 1 every 2 seconds. So I can have 30 of these guys on a belt of stone. Can I don't even mind at this point, because I've got so many bots that this is just going to be not an issue. If I go, like, here... That's 12. Okay. I give it away. Okay, sure. Yeah, so then... but the other thing I've got to do if I'm doing that here is, as well as getting the steam in, which has to happen somewhere, I've got to be putting the ceramics. I need another train station, which I guess is going to be down here, after we reorganize this, because we haven't done this yet either. Another train station over here, this way, that has all of the... Yeah, that will receive the ceramics. And we're going to have to do this in 2 copy-paste things, aren't we? We're going to have one of these. No, it's not even there, it's here. Is this... I don't know if this is going to be enough space to get all the splitters I need in. Because I'm going to need a splitter here. I mean, I don't really, but I would prefer a splitter there. I'm definitely going to need one here. I think the theme is... Can I pull... Yeah, let's do a train unloading. Is this going to be the guys that I want? Are you going to put things on the right side, and then are you going to put things on the other side? No, you're actually putting things on the same side. Okay, which means you need to go like that and that. Is that what we want? Yeah, this is the setup we want. Okay. So if I'm doing something like this, this gets me 12 of these guys. I mean, not yet, but it's kind of working towards 12 of these guys. 1 stone, 2 second crafting time. I actually need a lot of these, don't I? And I don't really have to worry about the belt capacity of this thing being anything that... Like, this is not going to be a... Do bots not have these things? They don't. Okay, it's another thing to automate. So my conclusion is 2 belts of stone is going to be enough to keep quite a large build of this happy for a while. And also, 2 belts of stone going to be a bit of an increase over what I've already got because of the new efficient recipe rates. Yeah, this is... How many bots do I have now? I've got 1,000 bots? Okay. In this case... copper on the left. Yeah, I can't just mirror that because it will swap around the copper sorting thing. But if I do this, input priority on the left, this is now the splitter I want over here. This one. So this will now prioritize leftover copper and iron from the thing that's blocking the aluminium. So this means that at all these guys should go back up to full rate. I might not get any more bots out because this is likely to back up, but actually this kind of already is. But then again, the only thing these guys do are make me bots. It's this little gold line over here that makes more bots, and I'm currently on a force of 1,000 bots, so I think I'm probably fine with that. What are you guys waiting on building? Oh, power poles. Power poles are also going to be because of the ceramics, aren't they? Yeah. And these power poles are only provided by the ceramics from this build over here, which I broke because I took away your steam. So that might be... And then these are actually the things I need to build. Yeah, okay. Sure. We're going to keep doing this first, even though you guys also need some of the power poles over here, but whatever. Yeah. This... Actually, yeah, that's what I was doing over here. I was figuring out whether or not... If I only need 2 belts of stuff out, and I do, then I can do something like... Because we're still going to be unloading... Well, we're still going to be doing unloading from trains, fully balanced, all of that stuff. That's going to be how that works. So yeah, this is eventually going to be a... Oh, I put all that stuff in there. Just that's where my belt went. Okay. So now I've got 2 belts of this stuff. And this here is the line, which is already kind of in the way of the stuff. Is there... Only if I move things back more. I could do like underground and looping tricks and dump stuff like that, but I don't think I want to. I think I just want to go like this. Okay. There, except I don't need these power poles because I've got them from the other side. And then this belt, this one here is already in the way. Which is fine. Is it? No, this is in fact not in the way. Oh, it is though, isn't it? Because I wanted to pull everything... Yeah, I wanted to see if I could pull everything one back, so I had a little more space over here to work on the outputs. So I think we're just going to do that, because we've got 1,000 bots. Things we can do with 1,000 bots. Yeah, from there to here. And then we can go... Somewhere I've got an underground. Surely I must have an underground I can queue. Oh, I've still got things on my hotbar. That's what hotbars are for. We can go through here. We can do that, and then this whole thing again to also go... I think we gotta... Yeah, there's grumble. There's better ways to do this. We can go here. Yeah, and now we can fit in this next line of stuff, and it wants to be like here, I guess. Maybe not there, actually. It's going to be slightly in the way. I can still make this work, though. This... Yeah, so much for... So much for, hey, we'll make these patterns nice and things will be good. We're still we're still spaghettiing a bit. So this splitters don't take inputs from the side, so this one here is fine. And this is going to put maybe 2 belts of stone into 24 crushers, and I can grab all of these because the building types are different. Yeah, 48 crushers, and 24 dudes building ceramics with an advanced recipe, which is a whole lot nicer. Do I have any of these in my inventory? No. Then we've got to figure out how to get... Yeah, the other thing that I've done here, which is not great, is... Oh, these probably won't reach down here. No, well, they won't. Figure out how to get the steam in. Because these intersections... Actually, let's even try and figure out where my output belts are. I've got an output belt here, and an output belt at the 2 sides. Do I actually have a whole belt's worth of ceramics? 2 ceramic, 1 seg. Yeah, I will probably have about 2 belts of stuff down there, because I will have each of these things spitting out. Wait, did I say 24? 24, 1 every second. I'm going to be output limited. These things here are going to need more than 1 belt of stuff out, so I need to do something like here. I need to be doing that. No, there's only 6 of them. So these guys are going to be making 12 per... Yeah, this is... I'm going to need to balance like this to get this stuff on the belt, which also means that... Oh, these guys actually block. Those guys take up quite a bit of space. I cannot sneak between them. So first of all... something like that, but then also, yay bots, take all of this... And then we're going to need to get rid of these belts again. And move it down a tile. Because we've got to get more belts in there. I copied the thing. I did not Control X the thing. Okay. Get that out the way. Put it here. Still not sure this is actually going to fit. I might actually be trying to put too much into a comparatively small space. Like this bit's fine. This... Yeah, there's no other way to spaghetti stuff there. On this side, yeah, we still need a bunch of stack inserters down here. And this train station is not renamed yet. So I have ceramics. No, missed that thing. Ceramics gets the icon ceramics. Actually, the thing I've just realized, some of these I don't even want to be... making... Like, some of these I don't even want to go on the train. I think that's actually going to be the solution. These ones are going to go over here. These are going to be like big power poles like here and here, I guess. Over here. So this is going to be nearly 2 belts of stuff. And I think all that I do, and this actually solves my problem in a way that I'm kind of happy about. I think. Maybe. That's going to fit. I'm going to need one of these here, and we're going to go underground again like this. And this is going to be pretty awful, but it's going to do, I think, what it needs to. Yeah, this is going to be the pattern that goes here. This is also not necessarily going to immediately solve all of our ceramics problems, but never mind. It's a process. Yeah. So I don't even think I've explained the realization here. The realization is that these two outside ones don't even... Oh, my tech is finished. That's probably telling me the episode is nearly done. Let's get generically useful things. That's going to be useful. Stack insertion bonus because we're getting near the train stuff is going to be useful. Did I get flammables? I've not got flammables. And then, yeah, probably logistics robots that I'm not going to be doing a huge amount with them yet. And then we'll just go back into the physical damage because that's going to be kind of useful. Yeah, we'll explain the last of these things before then concluding the episode. Is that this amount of stuff is not just what I'm doing with ceramics. I also want ceramics into aluminium, into composite, and I want quite a lot of each of those. So this thing here, we're only going to use the middle two belts to put on a train. These two belts, we can actually straight up run the other way, like so, and they can just go underground over here, and this can be... Then I can put the aluminium node here, or like run this further in this direction, because the aluminium, yeah, also wants water, which I'm still not entirely sure how we're going to get in. This belt here is the one that wants to run the other way. Not that way, like so, yeah. Okay, so we've got not enough of these things. I need to reconnect a steam thing. I need to faff around with a bunch of these these things that are in kind of the wrong place. Can I even get... Yeah, I don't think I can get this... I don't think I can get this ceramics link from here down to the other side of the base, which means I think we're just going like over here or something. Yeah, this is a good start to a non-spaghetti base, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah, we got to resupply some of these guys with... Yeah, resupply these guys with steam so that these guys build poles so that the rest of the bots put the things in the places they need. Still need a lot more ceramics. This guy is at least building... Yeah, he's waiting on engines, which is this guy waiting on getting the ceramics. So all of that ceramics is the dependency at the moment. Things still kind of progressing. We've got the rail grid. Let's check on the pollution cloud. We are, in fact, polluting into new territory. So these guys might get attacked, which is going to be a bit of a shame. These guys are... Yeah, it's fine. The power grid is very much fixed. And this is now my entire power grid, and that's more pollution efficient, but is also way out on the side of the base that I haven't properly defended. Need a bunch more power poles. A bunch of roboports are unpowered because of that. Yeah, got kind of new ceramics grid. Need to put... I mean, this is also kind of off-center. All of this could have been shunted down a little, but I don't think that actually matters at all. Yeah, I think next time we're going to look at redoing an aluminium node and actually getting some trains in and all of that kind of stuff. But otherwise, yeah, I guess this is progress. I actually have a train grid now. A lot of things are blinking, but we at least do have a train grid. Kind of.